Hello students, welcome to another lecture of pharmaceutical jurisprudence. In our last lecture, we discussed about the manufacturing of drugs which are included in Schedule C, C1 and X, and today we will be studying about another category of drugs. So let's start. So in today's lecture, we will be studying about the process for the manufacture of drugs other than specified in Schedule C, C1 and X, right? Okay students, so if you are applying for a license for the manufacturing of drugs which are not scheduled, which are not specified in Schedule C, C1 and X, then you have to fill in a form, that is form 24. And if you are applying for a license for the drugs which are specified in Schedule X, then you have to fill form 24F, right? And the licensing authority will issue a license in form 25 for the manufacturing of drugs other than those specified in Schedule C, C1 and X, and the licensing authority will issue a license in form 25F for drugs which are scheduled, which are specified in Schedule X, right? Now, as we discussed earlier that there are certain conditions for the grant of license, in the same way we have to study today the conditions which are required for the grant of license, and these are somewhat same as we studied in our last lecture, right? But still we'll understand these points again. So the first criteria is that the manufacture should be conducted under the supervision of a competent technical staff, and the qualification for that competent technical staff is that the person can be a graduate in pharmacy or he can be a graduate in pharmaceutical science with 18 months of practical experience. The person can be a graduate in chemical engineering with 3 years of experience. Then a person can be a graduate in science with 3 years of practical experience. So the next very important condition is that the conditions which are stated in Schedule M. Schedule M is good manufacturing practices, and they are basically certain guidelines for the manufacturing of drugs. So all those conditions should be fulfilled by the manufacturer. Then there has to be adequate equipments for the manufacture of drugs. There should be adequate space for the manufacture of drugs, and there should be a proper plant. Then adequate staff should be there. Then there has to be arrangement for the proper storage of drugs so that the quality of the particular drug product is maintained. Okay, now there are certain additional requirements for patent medicines. Like for example, the first condition is that the patent medicine should contain all the ingredients in therapeutic quantity. They should not exceed the therapeutic quantity. Secondly, it should be completely safe for the personal use, for the use of the normal public. Then the particular medicine should be stable under the specified conditions, right? And lastly, it should contain ingredients in quantity which can be justified therapeutically. So these are the additional conditions for medicines which are patented medicines. Now, validity of the license. So a license, if granted, is valid for a period of 5 years from the date of issue. And if the renewal of the license is done before the expiry date or within 6 months of the expiry date, then that particular license shall continue to remain valid until further orders, right? And if it is not renewed within 6 months of the expiry date, then it is deemed to be expired. Now there are certain conditions of license. Conditions of license means once a license has been given to you, then the manufacturing procedure has to start. So there are conditions you need to fulfill at that particular point as well. So we'll study about those conditions. So the first thing is you should have adequate staff, you should have proper premises, you should have proper and adequate equipments for the manufacturing process. Secondly, you should maintain all the records of the manufacturing properly according to Schedule U. Then the manufacturer should test each batch and record the results in a proper register. He can test those batches in his own laboratory, or there are certain laboratories which are assigned by the government. So he can send, if he doesn't have sophisticated instruments, then he can send those particular samples into a laboratory and get them tested. Then the manufacturer should allow the inspector to visit his manufacturing unit at any particular point of time with or without notice. then the manufacturer should allow the inspector to inspect the registers and all the records, and he should also maintain a proper inspection book wherein the inspector can record his findings. Then the manufacturer should report to the licensing authority if he makes any changes in the staff or he makes any changes in the material which is required in the manufacturing process, which is used in the manufacturing process. Then if the licensing authority asks the manufacturer to provide the sample of drugs to the inspector for analysis, he should provide them at any point of time, and the manufacturer should not sell anything from that particular batch from which a sample has been sent for analysis. If any particular part of the batch is not of standard quality, it is substandard, it is found to be adulterated, then the licensee should withdraw the batch from sale, right? And if he has sent any particular part of the batch in the market, he has to recall that particular batch from the market at that point of time, right? Then the licensee should maintain proper reference sample, and those reference sample should be with him for a period of 3 years from the date of manufacturing if the expiry date is not mentioned, and if the expiry date is mentioned, then he has to keep the samples for around 3 months from the date of expiry. And lastly, the licensee should forward to the licensing authority details of the entire sale of that particular batch every 3 months to the licensing authority. Thank you so much, students, for giving your time. I hope you understood whatever has been taught to you in today's lecture. If you have any queries, any doubts, you can always reach out to me. We can together clear your doubts, and thank you so much once again.